Hello and welcome to our complete educational guide on artificial intelligence or AI for beginners. It's great to have you here. If you've ever felt like AI is this huge, complicated thing that only tech wizards can understand, I promise we're going to change that today. We live in a world that is rapidly being shaped by technology, and AI is at the very heart of this transformation. You might not even realize it, but you probably interact with some form of AI every single day. It's the magic behind your favorite streaming service recommending a movie you end up loving, or the helpful voice assistant on your phone that answers your questions. AI is no longer a futuristic concept from science fiction movies. It is a present-day reality that is quietly and powerfully changing everything around us. So, what exactly is this powerful force? In simple terms, AI is about creating smart machines. It's the science of making computers think and learn, much like humans do. The goal is to build systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. This includes things like recognizing patterns, understanding language, making decisions, and solving complex problems. Imagine teaching a computer to see and identify objects in a picture or to listen and understand spoken words. That's the essence of AI. It's a vast and exciting field of computer science, and its applications are growing at an incredible speed, touching almost every industry you can think of, from healthcare to entertainment. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down this fascinating subject into easy-to-understand pieces. This video is designed specifically for you, the beginner. We will start from the very basics, assuming you have no prior knowledge at all. Our mission is to demystify AI, stripping away the jargon and the hype to give you a clear and simple picture. We will explore what AI is, look at the different types that exist, and show you practical ways you can start using AI tools in your own life. We want to empower you with knowledge so you can feel confident and informed in conversations about this game-changing technology. This guide is your personal starting point on a journey into the world of artificial intelligence. We won't just skim the surface. We will go step by step through everything you need to know to get started. By the end of this video, you will have a solid foundation. You'll understand the core concepts, be aware of the amazing possibilities AI brings, and also understand some of the important questions and challenges it presents. So, get ready to learn. Let's dive into the incredible and ever-evolving world of AI together, and discover how it's not just about technology but about the future of how we work, play, and live. You might be thinking, okay, AI sounds cool, but why is it important for me, a student, to learn about it? That's a fantastic question. The simple answer is that AI is becoming a fundamental part of our world, much like the internet or electricity. Understanding it is becoming a new kind of literacy. Learning about AI isn't just for those who want to become computer scientists or engineers. It's for artists, writers, doctors, business owners, and everyone in between. Knowing the basics of AI will help you understand the world you live in, make more informed decisions, and maybe even give you a competitive edge in your future studies or career, no matter what field you choose to pursue. Think about your daily life and studies. AI is already changing how you learn and how you will eventually work. Educational tools are using AI to create personalized learning paths, helping you focus on subjects where you need the most help. In the workplace, AI is automating repetitive tasks, which allows people to focus on more creative and strategic problem solving. By understanding how AI works, you can better prepare for this future. You can identify opportunities to use AI to your advantage, whether it's for a school project, a personal hobby, or a future job. It's about being prepared for a future where collaborating with intelligent systems will be the norm. Furthermore, learning about AI helps you become a more critical and engaged citizen. As AI systems become more integrated into society, they raise important questions about ethics, fairness, privacy, and bias. Who is responsible when an AI makes a mistake? How do we ensure that AI tools are used for good and not for harm? By understanding the technology, you are better equipped to participate in these crucial conversations. You can think critically about the news you read, the products you use, and the policies being created. Your informed perspective is essential as we all navigate the societal shifts that AI is bringing about. Ultimately, learning about AI is about curiosity and empowerment. It's about opening a door to a world of incredible innovation and possibility. This knowledge gives you the power to not just be a passive consumer of technology, but an active participant and creator. You'll be able to see beyond the surface and appreciate the clever systems at play. This guide is your first step. It's designed to spark your interest, and provide you with the foundational knowledge you need to continue exploring on your own. So let's get started on this journey and unlock the secrets of artificial intelligence one simple step at a time. Alright, let's get right into the big question. What on earth is artificial intelligence? At its heart, the concept is quite straightforward. The term was first coined back in 1956 by a computer scientist named John McCarthy. He defined it as the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. Think about what makes us humans intelligent. We can learn from experience, we can recognize our friends in a crowd, we can understand stories, and we can solve puzzles. The entire goal of AI is to replicate these kinds of abilities in a computer. It's about giving a machine the capacity to perceive its environment, to reason, to learn, and to make decisions to achieve a specific goal. So, when we talk about AI, we're not necessarily talking about walking, talking robots like you see in movies, though that is one possible application. More often we are talking about computer programs or algorithms that are designed to perform tasks that would typically require a human brain. For example, think about how you translate a sentence from one language to another. Your brain processes the words, understands the context, and finds the right equivalents. An AI translation tool like Google Translate is designed to do something very similar. It analyzes vast amounts of text to learn the patterns and rules of languages, allowing it to perform that translation task for you almost instantly. Let's break it down even further. Imagine you have a giant pile of photos from a family vacation and you want to find all the pictures of your dog. You could go through them one by one, using your brain's ability to recognize what a dog looks like. An AI can be trained to do this exact same thing. You would feed the AI thousands of pictures telling it this is a dog and this is not a dog. Over time, the AI learns the features, the floppy ears, the wet nose, the furry tail, that define a dog. Eventually, it can look at a brand new photo it has never seen before and correctly identify if your dog is in it. This process of learning from examples is a cornerstone of modern AI. Essentially, AI is a broad field of computer science with a simple but ambitious mission to create technology that can think and act intelligently. It encompasses many different techniques and approaches to achieve this goal. Some AI systems are designed for very specific, narrow tasks, like playing a game of chess or recommending songs. Others are part of a quest to build more general, human-like intelligence. But in all cases, the underlying principle is the same. It's about taking a problem that requires some form of intelligence and figuring out how to make a machine solve it. It's less about magic and more about clever programming and powerful mathematics. The dream of creating artificial beings with intelligence is actually ancient, appearing in myths and stories for centuries. However, the real scientific journey of AI began in the mid-20th century, right alongside the invention of the modern computer. The 1950s were a time of great optimism. Early pioneers truly believed that a machine with human-level intelligence was just a few decades away. One of the most famous early thinkers was Alan Turing, a brilliant mathematician who proposed a test, now called the Turing test, to determine if a machine could exhibit intelligent behavior indistinguishable from that of a human. This laid some of the philosophical groundwork for the entire field. The years following that initial burst of excitement saw periods of both rapid progress and disappointing setbacks. These cycles are sometimes called AI summers and AI winters. During the AI summers, there would be a lot of funding, media hype, and exciting breakthroughs. Researchers developed early programs that could solve algebra problems, prove logical theorems, and speak simple English. But then, the limitations of the computers and the theories at the time would become apparent. The problems turned out to be much harder than expected, leading to AI winters, where funding dried up and progress slowed down. It was a long and challenging road. A major turning point came in the 1980s and 1990s with the rise of a technique called machine learning. Instead of trying to write down explicit step-by-step rules for every possible situation, researchers started creating systems that could learn the rules for themselves by analyzing data. This was a huge shift in thinking. Around the same time, computers were becoming exponentially more powerful and cheaper. Suddenly, the processing power needed to handle vast amounts of data was becoming available, breathing new life into the field and setting the stage for the AI revolution we are experiencing today. Landmark events, like IBM's Deep Blue computer, defeating the world chess champion in 1997, showed the world what was now possible. This brings us to the 21st century, where we are living in a perpetual AI summer. The combination of massive data sets, thanks to the internet, powerful computing hardware, especially GPUs, and advanced machine learning algorithms, has created a perfect storm for AI development. We've gone from AI that can play chess, to AI that can drive cars, compose music, and even help scientists discover new medicines. This history is important because it shows us that today's amazing AI tools didn't just appear overnight. They are built on decades of research, trial and error, and the persistent work of thousands of brilliant minds who never gave up on the dream of making machines intelligent. So, we've established that the big idea in modern AI is learning. But what does it mean for a computer to learn? Let's get to the core of it. For most AI systems today, learning means finding patterns in data. Computers are incredibly good at this, far better and faster than any human. Imagine you give an AI system a massive spreadsheet containing thousands of house sales. This data would include the size of the house, the number of bedrooms, the location, and the final sale price. The AI's job is to learn the relationship between all those features and the price. It's kind of like a student studying for a test by going over countless practice problems. The process is mathematical at its heart. The AI algorithm sifts through all that data, adjusting its internal settings over and over again. It makes a prediction about a house price, checks how wrong it was compared to the actual price, and then tweaks its settings to make a better prediction next time. It repeats this process millions of times, getting progressively less wrong with each attempt. After this training period, the AI has built what we call a model. This model is now a sophisticated pattern recognizer. You can give it the details of a brand new house it has never seen before, and it can give you a very accurate estimate of its price based on the patterns it learned from all the past sales. This principle of learning from data is what powers so many of the AI applications you use every day. When your email service automatically filters out spam, it's because an AI has been trained on billions of emails, learning to recognize the patterns of junk mail versus legitimate messages. When a music streaming service creates a personalized playlist for you, it's because its AI has analyzed your listening history and compared it to the patterns of millions of other users. It learns that people who like Artist A and Artist B also tend to like Artist C, so it suggests Artist C to you. The AI isn't a music expert, it's a pattern expert. This reliance on data is absolutely crucial to understand. The quality and quantity of the data are everything. An AI is only as good as the data it's trained on. If you train an AI to recognize animals but only show it pictures of cats and dogs, it will have no idea what a giraffe is. Similarly, if the data used for training contains biases, the AI will learn and amplify those biases. This is one of the most important challenges in the field of AI today, but the fundamental concept remains the same. Provide a machine with enough high-quality examples, and it can learn to perform a task with surprising accuracy. This is the engine that drives modern AI. Alright, now that we have a good grasp on what AI is, let's talk about the different types. It's important to know that not all AI is created equal. The vast majority of AI that we see and use today falls into one specific category, artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI for short. You can think of ANI as a specialist. It is designed and trained to perform one specific task or a very limited set of related tasks. It can be incredibly good, even better than a human, at that one thing it does, but that's all it can do. It operates within a predefined, narrow range of functions and cannot venture outside of its programming. Think about the AI that powers your favorite navigation app, like Google Maps or Waze. It is a master at its job. It can analyze real-time traffic data, calculate the fastest route from your home to school, and predict your arrival time with impressive accuracy. That is its specialty. However, if you were to ask that same navigation AI to write a poem, or identify a bird from a photo, or even have a simple conversation about the weather, it would be completely lost. It has no understanding of poetry, ornithology, or small talk. Its intelligence is narrow, focused solely on the task of navigation. It's an expert in one field, but a complete novice in every other. This is the key characteristic of ANI. It excels in a single domain. The AI that recommends movies on Netflix is another perfect example. It has analyzed your viewing habits and can suggest a new show you might love, but it can't drive a car. The AI that helps a doctor detect tumors in an X-ray can spot abnormalities a human eye might miss, but it can't play a game of chess. Every single AI application you interact with daily, from the spam filter in your email, to the voice assistant on your phone, to the algorithm that personalizes your social media feed, is a form of artificial narrow intelligence. They are powerful, useful tools, but they are one-trick ponies. So when you hear people talking about the amazing things AI can do today, they are almost always talking about ANI. These systems are transforming industries and making our lives easier in countless ways. They are a testament to how powerful specialized intelligence can be. But it's crucial to remember their limitations. They don't think or understand in the way humans do. They are sophisticated pattern-matching machines that have been highly optimized for a specific purpose. Understanding this distinction is the first major step to really getting a handle on the current state of artificial intelligence and separating the reality from the science fiction. Now let's move on to the next level, the one you often see in movies: Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI. This is the big dream for many AI researchers. AGI refers to a machine that possesses the ability to understand, learn, and apply its intelligence to solve any problem, much like a human being. Unlike narrow AI, which is a specialist, AGI would be a generalist. It wouldn't be limited to a single task. It could learn to play chess, then learn to compose music, then learn to write a novel, and then apply knowledge from all those domains to solve a completely new and unfamiliar problem. Its intelligence would be flexible and adaptable. To put it simply, an AGI would be able to perform any intellectual task that a human can. It would have common sense, the ability to reason, to plan for the future, and to think abstractly. It could learn from a small number of examples or even just from instruction instead of needing to be trained on millions of data points like narrow AI does. If you asked an AGI to bake a cake, it could read a recipe, understand the instructions, figure out how to use the oven, and adapt if it was missing an ingredient. This level of cognitive ability, this general-purpose problem-solving, is the holy grail of AI research. It's very important to state this clearly: we have not achieved AGI yet, not even close. While today's AI systems can sometimes seem incredibly smart, they still lack the true understanding and consciousness that defines human intelligence. Creating a machine with the same cognitive flexibility as a human is an astronomically complex challenge. It involves not just programming and data, but also solving some of the deepest mysteries about our own brains and what it truly means to be intelligent. While progress is being made all the time, AGI remains a theoretical concept and a long-term goal, not a current reality. So why do we talk so much about AGI if it doesn't exist? Because the pursuit of AGI drives a lot of the fundamental research in the field. It pushes scientists to ask big questions and develop new techniques that often lead to breakthroughs in narrow AI along the way. Thinking about AGI also forces us to consider the profound implications such a technology would have on society. It's the ultimate destination on the map of AI development, and while we are still very much at the beginning of that journey, it's essential to know where the field is ultimately trying to go. It represents the potential future of AI. If artificial general intelligence is the dream, then our final type, artificial superintelligence, or ASI, is what lies beyond that dream. ASI is a hypothetical form of intelligence that would be far, far smarter than the most brilliant human minds in practically every field. And you know, this isn't just about being faster at calculations. An ASI would possess a level of creativity, wisdom, and problem-solving ability that is qualitatively beyond human comprehension. It would be to us what we are to an ant. Its thoughts and motivations might be as difficult for us to grasp as calculus is for a squirrel. The path to ASI is often imagined to follow the creation of AGI. The theory goes like this: once we create a machine with general human-level intelligence, AGI, that machine would be able to work on improving its own design. It could rewrite its own code and re-engineer its own hardware to become more intelligent. This would lead to a recursive cycle of self-improvement. It would become a little smarter, which would make it better at making itself smarter, which would make it even smarter, and so on. This could lead to an intelligence explosion, where the machine's intellect skyrockets past human levels in a very short amount of time, maybe days or even hours. This concept, while purely speculative, is the source of both great excitement and deep concern among experts. On one hand, an ASI could potentially solve all of humanity's most difficult problems. It could cure every disease, end poverty, solve climate change, and unlock the secrets of the universe. The potential benefits are almost unimaginable, representing a golden age for humanity. The creation of ASI could be the single most important event in human history, ushering in an era of unprecedented progress and prosperity. It represents the ultimate tool for overcoming our limitations. On the other hand, it also presents the greatest existential risk we could face. A superintelligent entity with goals that are not perfectly aligned with human values could be catastrophic. The problem is not that it would be evil in a human sense, but that it would be so powerful and its goals so alien that it could harm us without any malice, simply as a side effect of pursuing its objectives. This is why many leading thinkers and scientists, including the late Stephen Hawking and figures like Elon Musk, have urged extreme caution. Ensuring that a potential future ASI is safe and beneficial is considered one of the most important and difficult challenges for humanity to solve, long before we ever get close to creating one. So we've talked a lot about what AI is and the different futuristic types, but how can you actually start using it right now? The good news is, you probably already are. AI is not some far-off tool you need special access to. It's already built into the devices you use every single day. The smartphone in your pocket or backpack is a powerhouse of narrow AI applications. Think about the voice assistant you can talk to, like Siri, Google Assistant, or Alexa. When you ask it to set a timer, play a song, or tell you the weather, you are directly interacting with a sophisticated AI. It uses natural language processing to understand your spoken words and executes a command for you. It's a seamless and powerful way AI makes life a little bit easier. Let's look at another example you use constantly: your phone's camera. Modern smartphone cameras do so much more than just capture light. They use AI to automatically improve your photos. When you point your camera at a person, it often draws a little box around their face. That's an AI using computer vision to recognize a human face, ensuring it stays in focus. Features like portrait mode use AI to understand the difference between the person in the foreground and the background, artificially blurring the background to create a professional-looking shot. It even adjusts lighting and colors in real time to make your pictures look their best, all without you having to do a thing. Beyond your phone's basic functions, think about the apps you have installed. Your social media feeds on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube are entirely curated by AI. These platforms learn from your behavior, what you watch, like, and share, to build a model of your interests. Then they use that model to show you more content they think you will enjoy, keeping you engaged on the app. Similarly, streaming services for music and movies like Spotify and Netflix use powerful recommendation engines. These AI systems analyze your taste and suggest new songs, artists, or shows, helping you discover your next favorite thing from a library of millions of options. Even simple, practical tasks are powered by AI. When you type an email or a message and your phone suggests the next word, that's a predictive text AI at work. It has been trained on vast amounts of text to learn common phrases and sentence structures. When you use a navigation app to get to a friend's house, it's an AI calculating the best route based on current traffic patterns, which are themselves analyzed by AI. Recognizing how AI is already integrated into your daily life is the first step. You're not just a user, you're an active participant in these AI systems every time you unlock your phone. Now that you see how AI works behind the scenes in your daily apps, let's talk about how you can actively use it for your own projects, especially for school and hobbies. A whole new category of AI tools, known as generative AI, has become incredibly accessible. These are AI systems that can create brand new content like text, images, and music, based on your instructions. For students, these tools can be amazing research assistants. Imagine you're starting a big history project. You can use an AI chatbot like ChatGPT or Google Gemini to help you brainstorm ideas, outline your paper, or explain complex topics in simple terms. It's like having a tutor available 24/7. Let's walk through a school project example. Say you need to write a report on the Amazon rainforest. You could start by asking an AI chatbot, "Can you give me a basic outline for a report on the Amazon rainforest for a 10th grade student?" It will likely give you a structured outline with sections like introduction, biodiversity, indigenous peoples, threats, and conservation efforts. This gives you a fantastic starting point. Then you could ask follow-up questions for each section, like explain the concept of biodiversity in the Amazon in a simple way to help you understand the core concepts before you start writing in your own words. It's a powerful tool for organizing your thoughts and kickstarting your research process. AI isn't just for text, it can be a huge boost for your creative hobbies. Are you interested in art but don't feel confident in your drawing skills? You can use AI image generators like Midjourney or DALL-E. You simply type a text description called a prompt of what you want to see, and the AI will generate a unique image for you. You could type a photorealistic painting of a red panda wearing a tiny astronaut helmet sitting on the moon, and the AI will create it. This allows you to bring your wildest ideas to life visually, which can be used for presentations, personal art projects, or just for fun. It opens up a whole new world of creative expression. The same goes for other hobbies. There are AI tools that can help you compose music, write lyrics for a song, or even help you code a simple video game. The key is to see these AI tools not as something that does the work for you, but as a collaborator. They are there to help you brainstorm, overcome creative blocks, and explore possibilities you might not have thought of on your own. By learning to use these generative tools, you are adding a powerful new skill to your toolkit, one that can be applied to almost any subject you study or any passion you pursue. It's all about enhancing your own intelligence and creativity, not replacing it. So, you're ready to start using a generative AI tool like a chatbot or maybe an image generator. The most important skill you'll need to develop is called prompting. A prompt is simply the instruction you give to the AI. The quality of your prompt directly affects the quality of the AI's response. Just saying "write about dogs" will give you a very generic, boring response. Learning to write good prompts is honestly the key to unlocking the true power of these tools. It's a bit like learning how to ask the right questions to get the best answers. The more specific and clear you are, the better the result will be. Let's break down the elements of a good prompt for a text-based AI. First, be specific about the task and the format. Instead of "tell me about electric cars," try something like, "write a 300-word summary comparing the pros and cons of electric cars versus gasoline cars." Second, give the AI a persona or a role to play. For example, you could add, "explain it in the style of a friendly science teacher talking to a high school class." This really helps the AI adopt the right tone. Third, provide context. If you're asking it to write something, give it the key points you want included. The more detail you provide, the more tailored the output will be to your needs. This totally applies to AI image generators as well. A simple prompt like a castle will give you a generic castle, but a detailed prompt will create magic. Try something like this. A majestic Gothic castle perched on a cliff edge, stormy sea below, dramatic sunset lighting, fantasy style, highly detailed, photorealistic. Notice the key elements: the subject, which is the castle; the setting, like the cliff edge and stormy sea; the lighting, which is dramatic sunset; the style, such as fantasy and photorealistic; and the level of detail. By layering these descriptions, you're guiding the AI to create an image that's much closer to what you have in your imagination. Experimenting with different words and combinations is honestly part of the fun. The best way to get good at prompting is simply to practice. Don't be afraid to experiment and refine your requests. If you don't get what you want on the first try, don't give up. Instead, think about how you can change your prompt to be more specific or clearer. Ask the AI to try again with a different focus. You can even ask the AI itself for help, like, "I want to generate an image of a futuristic city. What are some good descriptive words I should include in my prompt?" Learning to prompt is kind of like having a conversation. The better you get at communicating your ideas to the AI, the more it'll become a truly useful and powerful partner for your learning and creativity. Well, now that we have a solid understanding of what AI is and how to use it, let's dive into a really important topic: the pros and cons. Like any powerful technology, AI is a double-edged sword. It brings incredible benefits, but also presents some serious challenges we need to think about. First, let's focus on the bright side. One of the biggest advantages of AI is its ability to handle tasks with incredible speed and efficiency. Think about tasks that are repetitive, time-consuming, or just plain boring for humans. AI can automate these, freeing up people to focus on more creative and strategic work. For example, AI can sort through thousands of documents in seconds, a job that would take a human team weeks to complete, increasing productivity in almost every industry. Another huge advantage is AI's power to analyze massive amounts of data and find patterns that are invisible to the human eye. This is a game changer in fields like medicine and science. Doctors can use AI to analyze medical scans like X-rays and MRIs to detect diseases like cancer earlier and more accurately than a human radiologist alone. Scientists are using AI to model complex systems, like climate change, or to accelerate the discovery of new life-saving drugs. This ability to process and make sense of big data is helping us solve some of humanity's most complex and pressing problems, pushing the boundaries of what is possible and leading to breakthroughs that can save lives and improve our world. AI also brings the power of personalization to our fingertips, making our daily lives more convenient and enjoyable. We've touched on this before, but it's a key benefit. Recommendation engines on platforms like Netflix or Spotify introduce you to new movies and music tailored specifically to your tastes, enriching your cultural life. Personalized learning platforms can adapt to a student's individual pace, providing extra help in subjects they struggle with and new challenges in areas where they excel. This creates a more effective and engaging educational experience for everyone. This level of customization, powered by AI, makes technology feel more intuitive and helpful, acting as a personal assistant for entertainment, learning, and more. Finally, AI is making services and information more accessible to people all around the globe. AI-powered translation tools are breaking down language barriers, allowing people from different cultures to communicate and understand each other like never before. Voice-to-text and text-to-speech technologies are providing invaluable assistance to individuals with visual or hearing impairments, giving them greater independence. Even in remote areas, AI can help deliver expert advice, whether it's for farming or healthcare, through a simple smartphone. By overcoming physical and linguistic barriers, AI has the incredible potential to create a more connected and inclusive world for all of us. Of course, with all these amazing advantages, there are also significant disadvantages and concerns that we must address. One of the most frequently discussed issues is the impact of AI on jobs. As AI systems become more capable of automating tasks, there is a real concern that many jobs currently done by humans, especially those that are repetitive or based on routine, could be replaced. This could lead to job losses and economic disruption, requiring entire populations to learn new skills to adapt to a changing workforce. While new jobs will certainly be created in the AI industry, the transition could be very difficult for many people, and it's a challenge society needs to prepare for. Another major concern revolves around privacy. The AI systems we use every day, from social media feeds to voice assistants, are powered by data, our data. These systems collect vast amounts of information about our habits, our preferences, our location, and even our conversations. This raises serious questions about who owns that data, how it's being used, and how secure it is. There is a risk that this information could be misused by companies for manipulation or accessed by malicious actors for harmful purposes. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, protecting our personal information and ensuring our privacy becomes an increasingly critical and complex challenge that we all need to be aware of. Furthermore, our growing reliance on AI systems creates new vulnerabilities. What happens if a critical AI system fails or makes a mistake? Consider self-driving cars or AI used in the financial markets. A bug in the code or an unexpected situation could lead to serious accidents or economic instability. There's also the security risk of these systems being hacked or tricked. Researchers have shown that AI systems can be deliberately fooled with cleverly designed inputs, causing them to misidentify objects or make bad decisions. Ensuring that AI systems are robust, reliable, and secure is a monumental task, especially as they are given more responsibility over important aspects of our lives and infrastructure. Lastly, there is a more philosophical concern about the loss of human skills and a lack of accountability. If we start relying on AI to do everything for us, from navigating our cities to writing our emails, we might lose our own ability to perform these tasks. We could become less capable and more dependent on technology. Additionally, when an AI system makes a critical decision that turns out to be wrong, who is responsible? Is it the programmer who wrote the code, the company that deployed the system, or the user who relied on it? Establishing clear lines of accountability for the actions of autonomous systems is a thorny ethical and legal problem that we are only just beginning to grapple with as a society. Perhaps one of the most important and honestly complex challenges facing AI today is the problem of bias. We often think of computers as being totally objective and neutral, but the reality is, an AI system is only as good as the data it's trained on. If the data used to train an AI reflects the existing biases, prejudices, and inequalities that are already present in our world, the AI will not only learn those biases, but can also, unfortunately, amplify them. For example, if an AI system used for hiring is trained on historical data from a company that predominantly hired men, the AI might learn to unfairly favor male candidates over equally qualified female candidates, basically reinforcing historical discrimination. This issue of algorithmic bias can have some really serious real-world consequences. It's been found in facial recognition systems that are less accurate at identifying people of color and women, which could actually lead to false accusations. It's also appeared in AI used to determine loan applications, where systems have shown bias against applicants from certain neighborhoods or ethnic backgrounds. And just to be clear, this isn't because the AI is intentionally racist or sexist. It's because the AI is a pattern-matching machine, and it's learned unfair patterns from biased historical data. This creates a dangerous cycle where technology can perpetuate and even worsen social inequalities, all under a false veneer of technological objectivity. Addressing this problem is incredibly difficult, honestly. A first step is to be extremely careful and deliberate about the data we use to train AI models. This means auditing data sets for potential biases and trying to collect more representative and diverse data. Researchers are also working on developing new algorithms that can detect and mitigate bias during the training process. But, this requires a combination of technical skill and a deep understanding of social and ethical issues. It's not just a problem for computer scientists to solve. It really requires input from sociologists, ethicists, and the communities that are most affected by these biased systems to make sure the solutions are fair and just. Ultimately, ensuring fairness in AI is a continuous process, not a one-time fix. It requires transparency, so we can actually understand how AI systems are making their decisions. It requires accountability, so there are real consequences when biased systems cause harm. As students and future leaders, it's crucial for you to understand this challenge. When you use or build AI tools, you need to think critically about where the data comes from and what hidden biases it might contain. Being an informed and responsible user of technology means asking these tough questions and advocating for AI that is not only intelligent but also equitable and fair for everyone in society. As you dive deeper into the world of AI, you'll quickly realize that it's not just about code and data, it's also about people and principles. This brings us to the incredibly important field of AI ethics. This is a branch of ethics that focuses on the moral behavior of humans as they design, build, and use artificially intelligent systems. It asks big, tough questions that honestly don't always have easy answers. For instance, who should be held responsible when a self-driving car gets into an accident? Is it the owner who was in the car, the manufacturer who built it, or the programmer who wrote the software that made the decision? These are not just technical problems, they're deep moral dilemmas that we, as a society, need to figure out together. One of the central ethical issues is the concept of autonomous decision-making. We're building machines that can make choices on their own, sometimes in situations with really high stakes. Imagine an AI system used by a hospital to decide which patient gets a life-saving organ transplant. What criteria should it use? Should it be based on who has the best chance of survival, who is youngest, or who has waited the longest? If we program it to make these choices, are we outsourcing our own moral responsibilities to a machine? Thinking through these trolley problems of the digital age is crucial to make sure the AI we build aligns with our most important human values, like compassion, fairness, and justice. Another key area of AI ethics is transparency, often referred to as explainability. Many advanced AI models, especially deep learning networks, are so complex that they're considered black boxes. This means that even the people who created them don't fully understand how they arrive at a specific decision. This lack of transparency is a huge problem. If an AI denies someone a loan or a job opportunity, that person has a right to know why. Ethicists and researchers are working hard to develop methods for explainable AI, or XAI, which aims to make the decision-making process of AI systems understandable to humans. This is vital for building trust and making sure we can hold these systems accountable for their actions. As a beginner learning about AI, it's super important to keep these ethical considerations in mind. Technology is never neutral. It reflects the values of the people who create it. When you use an AI tool, think about the ethical implications. Ask questions about where the data came from, how the AI might be making its decisions, and who could be positively or negatively affected by it. Being an ethically minded user and future creator of technology is honestly one of the most important skills you can develop. It ensures that as we build this powerful new world, we're building one that's not only smarter, but also kinder and more just for everyone. So, you've learned about AI, you understand the pros and cons, and you're thinking about the ethics. You might now be wondering, what does this mean for my future career? The exciting news is that understanding AI opens up a huge range of career paths, and not all of them are in programming. Of course, there's going to be a massive demand for AI specialists, like machine learning engineers who build the models, data scientists who analyze the data, and AI researchers who push the boundaries of what's possible. These are the technical experts who are at the cutting edge of creating new AI technologies, and it definitely requires strong skills in math, statistics, and computer science. But you don't have to be a hardcore coder to have a career in AI. As AI becomes integrated into every industry, we need people who can bridge the gap between the technology and the real world. There's a growing need for AI product managers who decide what AI tools a company should build, AI ethicists who help guide companies to use AI responsibly, and AI user experience designers who make sure AI tools are easy and intuitive for people to use. Professionals in every field, from doctors and lawyers to teachers and artists, will need to understand how to use AI effectively in their jobs. Having AI literacy on your resume will be a huge advantage, no matter what path you choose. Now let's end on a lighter note with some fun facts that really show just how diverse and sometimes strange the world of AI can be. Did you know that in 2017 an AI created its own secret language? Researchers at Facebook had two AI chatbots negotiating with each other, and they soon developed their own shorthand to communicate more efficiently, which was totally unintelligible to humans. Another fun fact, an AI has been taught to create its own recipes. Researchers fed it thousands of existing recipes, and it came up with new combinations like shrimp and cabbage dumplings. Some of the results were delicious, while others were, well, less successful, proving that AI still has a lot to learn about human taste. Here is one more for you. AI is even exploring the final frontier. NASA uses AI to help its rovers navigate on Mars, and it's also being used to sift through massive amounts of data from telescopes to find new planets orbiting distant stars. From inventing its own language to discovering new worlds, AI is already doing things that were once pure science fiction. This just goes to show that we are only at the very beginning of this incredible journey. The future of AI is unwritten, and by learning about it now, you are putting yourself in a position to be one of the authors of its next chapter. The possibilities are truly limitless. And that brings us to the end of our beginner's guide to artificial intelligence. We have covered a tremendous amount of ground together on this journey. We started with the very basics, defining AI as the science of making machines smart, and took a quick trip through its history, from early concepts to the data-driven revolution of today. We demystified the core idea that modern AI learns by finding patterns in vast amounts of data. This foundational knowledge is your key to understanding the technology that is so rapidly reshaping our world, moving it from the realm of complex jargon into something tangible and understandable that you can talk about with confidence. We then explored the different types of AI you'll hear about. You now know the difference between the specialized artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI, that powers all the tools we use today, the human-like artificial general intelligence, or AGI, that remains the dream of researchers, and the hypothetical super-smart artificial superintelligence, or ASI, that inspires both awe and caution. We moved from theory to practice, showing you how to spot the AI already in your pocket and how you can actively use new generative AI tools for your schoolwork and creative hobbies. By learning the art of the prompt, you've unlocked a powerful collaborator for your own learning and creativity. We also took a balanced look at the good and the bad. We discussed the incredible advantages AI offers, from accelerating scientific discovery and personalizing our experiences to making the world more accessible. At the same time, we confronted the serious challenges that come with it, including concerns about job displacement, data privacy, and the critical problem of algorithmic bias. We touched upon the deep ethical questions we must ask to ensure that the AI we build is not only powerful but also fair, transparent, and aligned with our human values. Understanding both sides of this coin is essential to becoming a responsible and informed citizen in the age of AI. So, what's next? Your journey with AI is really just beginning. We hope this guide has sparked your curiosity and given you the confidence to keep exploring. The most important takeaway is that AI is not something to be afraid of. It's a tool, and its future is in our hands. The more you learn, the more you'll be able to shape that future for the better. If you found this guide helpful and want to continue learning about technology and the amazing new tools that are changing our world, please consider giving this video a like, dropping a comment with any questions you have, and subscribing to our channel for more tech insights. Thank you for joining us, and stay curious.